Can you tell us a little bit about how you found yourself running for office and serving in the New Hampshire legislature, which I'm sure many of our astute listeners know is a large state legislature. So it is a difficult body to manage, operate in, and how'd you find yourself there?
Yes, yes. Well, I don't know if all your listeners know that we have 400 people in our state legislature in New Hampshire, in our state house, rather. We also have 24 senators, but we have 400 state legislators. And I did not grow up thinking that I would be in politics. I did not start my career thinking I would go from ministry to politics, doing both at the same time. No idea. However, when I got involved in some policy and advocacy around local food systems and sustainable agriculture, I realized that in New Hampshire, you can get elected to the state house and you can have a real impact on legislation from the inside. So I had been doing policy and advocacy for farmers and people who support the farming community and local food, mostly on a federal level. But then I took on a local issue, a state issue, and spent a year doing that and was able to work with legislators and really loved that. And so I ran for office after that in 2014 and served on the Environment and Agriculture Committee in my first term.
And can you give folks a sense of what it's like in the New Hampshire legislature and some of the things that you've been able to move forward?
Sure. So we call ourselves a citizen legislature because most of us are doing, a lot of folks are retired, but also there are a lot of folks who are working at the same time as serving in the legislature. And we represent a small number, relatively, of people. So we're able to hear a lot from our constituents, talk a lot with them, and we're able to file bills, as many as we want. And every single bill gets a hearing. Now, this can be a challenge because we only have a 6-month session. And this year we have a record number 960 bills filed.
Wow.
Yes. It will be a big challenge for us. I'm not lying. As a leader, I am really, I am anticipating the challenge and trying to be prepared for it. But that's a lot of bills to hear and a lot of bills to understand and ask 400 representatives to vote on, right? And so we rely heavily on the work of our committees. We have 22 committees that hear policy. And so we trust our colleagues on those committees to really dive into each bill and understand the policy and then explain it to the rest of our caucus so that we, because there's just not enough hours in the day for all of us to dive into 960 bills. But with the help of our colleagues, we can at least understand what we're voting on and what the implications of that are. So we have all kinds of legislation that we are facing. But really, in the committees, what we're trying to do is take a problem that someone has found in the state and work towards a solution. You know, these are often issues that are really vital to our constituents, but maybe the average Granite Stater hasn't thought about.